Welcome back, my Nakamas, and today we have a special video. After you all fighting into the treasure cups, and now finally open your eyes again, and it's will soon the new meta of OP02. We have a new format, a new way to play, and since my dog here want to share you a nice tier list of it. Which decks are be meta, which decks are be broken, we will see in this meta tier list. Don't forget to subscribe to get this nice um, starter deck, the black starter deck I give away to one lucky winner. And let me know what is your favorite new deck, what you playing in the next meta. Thank you guys for watching, for the huge support, and let's go into this tier list. Okay, we start with the tier list. We start with the first set cards. So the first set leader are going to be the ones that I talk about first. So I have all of them here. And first of all, we talk about our king. King gets a little bit of support in the next set. Some few cards we are having in our meta, but not quite what we want to. The thing is about King, the lead ability is not so strong as Kaido, to be honest, and that's the reason King you're going to maybe next set. But Zoro and Law getting a lot of support. For me, Zoro is a 1.5 deck because it had a lot of wins and toppings versus the Japan meta, as well as going for Odin and Whitebeard. Right now, some players expiring their place and playing Whitebeard and see progress in it, like Law did. And Law do it right now. It's pretty broken, and you can build a new whole of way with Law as well. And I will put Law in tier 1.5, but I want to see how the meta functions here in Europe, because it's a little bit other than in Japan. I know we have the same best of one format, but players are not the same as quite as in other country, and they're playing what they want to play. What we're getting for support cards is a pretty good questions. We getting first of all getting a nice card called Coolly Dadan. Dadan is a pretty broken card because she say on play, look at the top 5 cards from the top of the deck, reveal up to one red character card with a cost of 1 or less, and then add it to your hand and place the rest at the bottom in the deck in any order. So 1 cost red cards are right now Sunny-kun, Gordon, Otama, Nami, Tony Choppo, and Makino. Since we're coming to Makino as a 2,000 counter active main, you may rest this character up to one of your red characters with a cost of 1 gains plus 3000 power during this turn. That's pretty nice. Some power giving to your characters, and it's a 2000 counter. It's pretty cool as well. As well, we having a nice card called Vista on play. It's a 1000 counter, 3 cost, 3000 power, but with a huge OP spell. On play, kill one of your opponent's characters with 3000 power or less. And for the last card I want to talk about on play is Edward Newgate. For 9 cost 10,000 is a really heavy beater. I like this art. The normal art looks pretty good as well. But up to one of your leader gains plus 2000 until the start of your next turn. Then you cannot add cards from your life area to your hand by effects during this turn. And on to when attacking, KO up to one of your opponent's character with 3000 power less, you can destroy the blockers. And what's pretty cool, in the Whitebeard deck you're gaining plus 2000, you're at 8000, because Whitebeard is the first leader that gaining 6000 power. So these are the new support cards you're having in your deck, and you can play the same cards in your deck. For the Luffy, we have other cards like Magara up to 1 of your red characters with a cost of 1 gains plus 3000 powers. So we have a little bit more cards as a 1 cost as well, but we're playing the same cards in Ruffy. So this is all the red support. We have a lot of more cards, but I just want to have the key cards in it so that you can show you. Ruffy topped as well, but not so much quite as the other decks, and that's the reason for me Ruffy going to be in tier 2. You can play if you want to, but I think right now this is the best way to put it in. Doflamingo is a deck that top a little bit as well, but the better version of Doflamingo is Ivankov, and that's the reason Dofi going to tier 2, but it's better than Ruffy. Going to be tier 2 on my list here, because I think Ivankov will be seeing more play with the discard in your hand and playing then your card and having a lot of combo. It's pretty nice. Odin, bro, you're getting Kiemon, your brother, in the future, helping you to be a main deck. So you can go maybe next set of some huge support cards, going your way into the final meta. And now we're coming to Crocodile, so purple cards more than dual color cards, what you can play into them. Okay, now we are at purple and blue cards, the support they're getting. First of all, I will put Crocodile as tier 2. It got a little bit of tops, but not very quite much. The dual color Kaido and Crocodile, sadly not coming so much from the support, sadly, and they're staying to maybe next set. Kaido, as of my side, having a lot of good tops and stays at the tier 1.5 region. And what support you are getting for this deck do you see right now? We're having blue. Blue gaining Mr. 2. It has 5 cost 5000 power on a 2000 counter. So don't want when attacking, you might trash one card from your hand, returning up to one character with a 2 cost or less to the bottom of its owner deck. Then, if this battle ends, return this character to the bottom of its owner deck. It's a 2k cost counter, it's pretty okay. The effect maybe cycles you some card and you get a little bit of value out because it's 5000 power. Then we got Buggy. Buggy you can play more, this card you can play more decks since it's available to blue support. Buggy says on play, look at 5 cards of the card, reveal up to 1 blue impel down type card other than Buggy and into your hand. So since you see Mr. 2 is impel down, Ivankov is impel down, Buggy Luffy is impel down, just a nice card to throw into your deck, have a nice outlet as well. It's a 2000 power, 1000 counter. Then Ivankov, on play. Draw cards until you have 3 in your hand, then play up to 1 impel down type character card with a cost of 6 or less from your hand. Since Ruffy is a card with 6 costs or less in your hand, you're playing Ivankov for 7 for 7000 power, and then Ruffy, he's 6 cost but he's playing for 3 for 7000, so playing these both out. And Ruffy says, on play, when attacking you might trash 2 cards from your hand, return up to 1 character with a cost of 4 or less to its owner hand, then this character gains double attack during this turn. This card in double attack giving in the turn he don't have sadly rush, but can be on attacking because you have 2 cards with Ivankov in hand, and gaining double attack and gaining a 4 cost card back into your hand is pretty nice for a nice recycle. And then we having the purple support we're getting Domino as a blocker for 2 cost 2000 blocker impel down card with 1000 counter. Impel down is a new threat you're playing, so it fits in your deck with a new blocker, and she looks pretty dominating. And then we having as well Shiryu is a 1000 counter for cost 5000 power. On play, Dom -1, KO up to 1 of your opponent's character with a cost 1 or less. That's pretty good for the Zoro matchups, the Law matchups, spamming out 1 cost character to deal versus 1 attack versus 1 searcher. You have less 2 characters on board. Then we have Mino Koala, pretty nice artwork, 4 cost, 5000 power, counter 1000, it's a blocker, and on KO if you do it has the impel down type, add 1 down card from your down deck and rest it. This is like a little bit more support for Magellan, but it's a 5000 blocker for 4, it's pretty good. And as a new event card we're getting, it is Hell's Judgment. Counter, Don -1. Give up to 2 of your opponent's leaders or characters -3000 power during this turn. What is pretty nice to stop some heavy swings with like giving Don or something like that over your character and hold it back to do something. And for the trigger, if your opponent has 6 or more Don cards, your opponent returns 1 of their Don cards to the Don deck. Well, that's pretty nice as well. getting this out and recycle 1 Don for maybe for getting 1 Don less for like playing his Luffy out or something like that. What is pretty cool to have this kind of little bit combo potential in the deck. Wrong thing, sorry. Since we saw Ivankov and Magalan support in a different way, I don't want to show everything because I'm making a lot of deck profiles for you guys. Magalan is okay as a card to have, because I feel he's not strong enough. We're getting a lot of support for him, we're getting a lot of stuff. What he can do, he's a 5000 leader with 5 life. U-turn, once per turn when a Don card is returned from the field to the Don deck, this leader gets plus to 1000. The effect is not so strong. You have a little bit combo potential like you here with Health Judgment with your cards, but it's not quite strong as it should be, and that's the reason Magalan you stay as tier 2, sadly. And going for Ivankov, Ivankov is a pretty strong leader. It's 5000 power, 5 life as well. Has an end of turn effect. If you have 0 cards in your hand, you draw 2 cards. What is pretty cool. So you want to discard a lot of cards of this deck, but like I showed you, the little bit combo potential, what is the most highly valuable play you have in the deck. It is pretty strong and had a lot of tops. So Ivankov going to the 1.5 meta and can be promoted as tier 1, depends on what cards we are having here at our side. Shank's film deck, yeah, not much to say. It's cool that we're getting Uta as a support card for our decks before the OP02 meta comes, but helping not much. We really just into the Treasure Cup, maybe the meta then sword kinds of thing, because purple get a little bit more support into it, and that's the thing. Next we start with the green color, and I show you guys what you're getting for this deck. Okay, we're coming now to green, but I forget to rank up the Whitebeard deck. And Whitebeard seems to be a pretty good counter in the format they having in Japan. It's topping more often, and I will put Whitebeard next to Law, maybe better. And I will put Kaido here. I think that's pretty decent for the meta tier list. Kid is a deck that topped a lot of times as well, and I will put a Kid as a tier 1.5. Ruffy seemed to top a little bit as well, but as a 4 life leader it won't have the possibility to do something. As for topping a lot of times is Kiemon, one of the strongest new cards we are getting as a leader, as support. And for Sanji, a dual color leader that's not so strong as supposed to be, I will put him as the best tier 2 deck. What support are we getting? First of all, let's talk about the nice leader. Kiemon, it's the other leader that you saw it. Kiemon with a pretty nice artwork if you know him in the manga or in the anime. Active main once per turn when you have 1 or less character in play, reduce the play cost of the next cost or high, or is the cost of the next 3 cost or higher. With a Wano country type, what we are getting or having right now. Character cards you play from your hand by 1 during this turn. So reducing the cost of some cards help you to grind out more combo potential plays, what is pretty amazing. And playing out cheaper cards like Yamato for 4 costs is pretty strong. Sanji, once per turn when you play a character without an effect from your hand, you have 3 or less character play, set up 2 dons so you can play more cards, so you're playing more vanilla spam without effects, but vanilla cards are pretty strong as well, but the cards with effects are stronger with some combo potential, and that's the reason why it's not good, and he has only 4 life. When you get 3 dons, like Jesus, this card going insane, but for 2 dons, it helps you in the early game, but it's hard for some cards like green they getting, but we speak with that now. We having Yamato as a first card. This card for 4 costs 6000 power, and a good effect because you can play this card for 3 cost for 3 cost for 6,000 power with the leader. This card is also traded as a Kosuki Oden. Yeah, we know Yamato is Kosuki Oden. What? On play, rest up to one of your opponent's character with cost of 6 or less. Yeah, 3,000, 3 cost 6,000 power and can rest something. It's pretty good. As for Kozuki Toki for the 1 cost 0 power 1000 counter. If you have Kusikogen character in play, this card gains blocker, so it's your blocker in your deck. And your leader is Kozuki Oden, so you have no problems at all. With Kozuki Oden, 8 cost 8,000 power, active main once per turn for free, set this character to active. So it's a little bit of a kit leader effect. And on KO, if you got KO'd, play up to 1 Wano country type card character card with a cost 3 from your deck and then shuffle your deck. What is pretty nice because you can play out your Toki and having a blocker or other cards that help you grind out. It's pretty cool. Since we having new film cards, I want to show you guys. We having Brook on play up to 1 film or straw type character with 3 costs less from your hand. And these cards are playing himself off and have unique effect. Zoro is just a 6,000 vanilla for 4 costs. Brook play out a character cost 3 or less. Chopper says done 1 when attacking, rest up to 1 of your opponent's character with a 2 cost or less. Then we have Ruffy 7 cost, is a blocker on play up for 1 film or straw type character card with a cost 4 less from your hand. Then you play Brook, then you play Chopper, it's a pretty value play if you have it. And as well Nami as a nice art getting, guys, speak your heads out. On play when taking for 1 cost, look at the top 3 cards from your deck, and we want up to 1 card, film card type, other than Nami and into your hand, and you have a Frankie as well for 5 cost. You can play this in the kit, as well as the promo Bartolomeo you should pick up, because end of your turn you might rest this character set up to 1 of your film type characters other than Bartolomeo is active, and he synergizes with the other card, so it's like support. And for the Uta stage in the background, if he was in the film, it's pretty nice. So a little bit of the film kit support is coming in our way for the promos. And yeah, let's talk about the last color, black. For the final part, finally coming to the last 3 leaders, and here we go with the leaders. We have first of all Smoker as leader. At on 1 active, once per turn, give up to 1 of your opponent's character -1 to their cost during this turn. Then if there is a character with cost of rule and play, this leader gains +1,000 power during this turn. So if you heard of black doing minus things on your play costs, on your cards, and then resolve to having good effects with it. So Smoker is one of the heavy best black abusers. We have as well Z, leader. When attacking, done -4, KO up to 1 of your opponent's characters with a cost of 3 or less. Then if this leader gains +1,000 power during this turns. It's okay, it's for 4 cost color leader, not quite the best effect. You can put you're missing like 4 down for popping 1 card, it's okay, but for 1 less life, I don't know. Garb, red, black, nice color, a lot of guys are hyped for this card. Your turn, when you attach Don to this leader, or 1 of your characters, give up to 1 of your opponent's 7 cost or lower characters -1 to cost during this turn. So you are not fighting against like heavy beaters, but having a problems with Zoro and Kinemon because they are not playing so much, only they play Odin or their Whitebeard. And as well as Whitebeard is in heavy attacking for 6k, 4 less life decks are having a pretty rough time in this meta. So going back into your tier list, Zedley, I didn't see much of Z doing something, so it is a worse tier 2 deck. Maybe coming sometimes up, but I think not. And Garb, Zedley as well, doing not quite the stuff we want to, because we're having in the meta kid who can play Odin to swing 2 times, and with the leader itself can swing 2 times with a lot of power, with a lot of Yamato and other stuff. Dual tech coming off, Jesus, you're screwed. Kiemon playing out a lot of things. Rest your characters and then swing over it. Zoro is a hell of a fast deck, and Whitebeard as well. And for Smoker, can keep up with these decks. In Japan, they got a lot of tops and doing stuff. So depending on tier 1, I will put Smoker. We will see what he can do here. Maybe this list some tournaments like this will promoting go down, and this will maybe be the next meta, but I will not be quite sure about that, since in Japan it evolved into this time more lore topping, more Whitebeard topping, more kit topping, less than Smoker and Zorro, because they're finding some room and outplays with these decks. But for right now, I think this will be suit the meta. For the last card we having in black, just to let you know, is Barcelona points to this character against plus 1000 power, cannot be KO'd by effects, what is pretty good versus red if you're hearing. And he's a blocker, so 5000 blocker is pretty nice and can be KO'd. And he's gaining opponent plus 1000, so he's 6000. Your secret rare, Kuzan is looking pretty hell of a nice card. I hope I will put more often times. You, in my case, you pretty boy. You turn all of your characters, gets all of your post characters -5 on their cost. So then with your leader you're gaining boost again, and on play kill up to one of your opponent's character with a cost of 0, so reducing, and then on play killing something is pretty nice. And for the last card, Kuzan, having so much nice art arts. On play, draw one card, so you have recycle and money to give up to one of your opponent's character -4 on the cost during this turn, so you can then destroy something. And you have cards like, I think it was Kobe, but don't mess me wrong, to destroy something with 3 cost or less. So having a little bit of combo and then +1000 for your leader is 6k swing is pretty nice for the deck. If it comes to a point, the black build up a board and you can't answer, you lost. That's the reason why black is so strong. But thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this, and you will see most of the decks as a deck profile. I hope you are hyped for it and subscribe to don't miss something like this video. And I will do gameplay as well, so keep watching and still are here. We're having a nice content for OP02. I wish you best of luck in your cases, boxes, whatever you pull. I wish you the manga shanks. I didn't talk about so much that you can look up at the cards, but maybe you get a sniff of the new meta we're having. Good luck to find the One Piece. Bye, my Nakamas.